It's money and it's defender advantage. Both are fantastic for not just a foreign war with them attacking us, but if we end up having succession wars when we die, we're going to want a defender advantage on our personal land, for sure, so that it's easy to fight them on our land, so that their troop count is then low, and we can invade their land and, you know, put them down, install our own new people. There we go. Upgrade the walls. Has Know Thyself ticked yet? No, not yet. We do have it, though. I believe the sound effect for getting a donation of $10 was some weird tutorial voiceover in Shadow the Hedgehog where Shadow's like, I need at least 10 rings to do this thing. I better go get more rings. And I think my sub alert was, bet I can smash that. Which was about, I think in the game he says it about like a crate in a corner you have to smash. I just thought it was a really funny line. You repeating it is what made it funny. What, that yeah, I did that a lot too. I'd be playing and you'd hear, Maria! And then I'd go, Maria! Because I can't help it. It's funny to me. Your fucking hang himself rant and subsequent convo in Pokemon X playthrough had me literally crying. That happened in ages. Sorry, I don't even remember what that rant was. I've been doing Let's Plays like non-stop for a decade. I've been doing a video a day minimum of Let's Play videos for, it's like a month or two away from hitting 10 years now. So I go on a lot of rants that people tell me that I did and I don't remember doing, but they try to convince me of how hilarious it is. So I'm happy it had an impact on someone. How's the Holy War going? Yeah, I should check on how their war is going, shouldn't I? The map. My spies have informed me about a hunter causing a ruckus at a local tavern. The man has been spending large amounts of gold and bragging loudly about how the great deal he struck with a fancy lord in pearls and silk. Apparently he drew a map of the local farmlands for unknown noblemen. The spies think the lord must be scheming against me or one of my subjects. I can either throw him straight in the dungeon. I have a fair reason so no one will think of me as a tyrant. That's interesting. And it's this guy. Who is this man? He's a content paragon, humble, stubborn, honest, tough soldier, reaver, novice hunter, strong, bisexual, in good health, and of what looks to be some obscure house. House Chester, never fearful, always wise. I will simply say thank you for bringing it to my attention. We'll get scheme resistance and intrigue for 5 years. I don't think he's actually dangerous at all. I can ask the head of my faith for 714 gold. Oh my god, we almost doubled our gold. Okay, you guys ready to dump some more money at our professional army? I think it's time to upgrade the army. How do you guys feel about that? Ooh. You vote for the Screaming Cops on Fire in Payday 2 for the sub noise. I did used to have, for donations, it's payday, fellas, from the Hoxton Breakout trailer. And then if you donate 100 or more, it's, I fucking said it's payday, motherfucker, cut off by the explosion. That's what I used to use back when I used to stream Payday every week. I bet you a lot of people didn't know that I used to, like, Payday 2 was a big, big, big part of my channel for a couple years. I love that game. I think people are too rough on that game. That game's fun. Okay. Okay, so we're upgrading the men-at-arms. The first thing I want to upgrade more is bowmen. In fact, do I just want to max them out? I'm going to max them out at 500. Bowmen are so reliable in so many instances. They're amazing on defense, especially in rough terrain. They're just so solid. I want lots of bowmen. We also do have buildings that help with bowmen, I believe. I also wouldn't mind investing more in my light horsemen, because we have a lot of bonuses towards light horsemen, and we need something to be a badass in the skirmisher phase, just to make sure we're strong in the beginning as well as the end, you know? I've never had a favorite heister, although my favorite for ages was... Okay, I say never. I've never kept a favorite for very long, but Hoxton was my favorite until they started adding 1,000 people. Then I just stopped having a favorite. Yeah, just max out Horsemen as well. Okay, we're down to 30 gold a month, which is still really good. I'm gonna hold on to it a little bit, give it a second. We'll see how it goes. We do still want a lot of, we still do want a lot of money for mercenaries if it comes to that. Yeah, we don't have the tech yet for the Tower of London. When will you fix your inheritance law? We're going to need to get higher tech first, so it might be a little while. Our speed of getting technology is speeding up, though. We've got the tech that raises our development cap, which means all those counties that have been at 10 development forever are finally going to start raising up to a max of 20. Oh, we've had this event a lot, yeah. It's our Archbishop trying to say, hey, should we not be studying this? Is this meddling in God's affairs? I'm going to just go with, I'm just going to go with the classic, I should consult with more priests to get more lifestyle experience. I really want to get the achievement of getting to Theologian before we die, so whatever lifestyle experience we can get will make it more likely that we can make it there. Scotland looking, easy. Yeah, again, we don't want to conquer Scotland right now. We can't afford to conquer land until our inheritance law is better. Realm will lose land when vassal dies. Great. It's some really random land, I guess. Huh. Will you do a Hearts of Iron 4 playthrough? I've done multiple. I've also done tutorials on it. I've done a lot on it. It's one of my favorite Hearts of Iron... Sorry, it's one of my favorite Hearts of Iron games. It's one of my favorite Paradox games. What was that about Spice's skill? She became an architect. Hell yeah, the stewardship. That's really good. That means she'll contribute more stewardship to me as well. Can you show us the twins? Sure. Or Victoria 2. I also have Victoria 2 playthrough on the channel from like a couple months ago. Although I need to make a full playthrough. That was when I was less experienced that I did that one. And it didn't go very well. I'm a lot better at the game now. Have you kept with Imperator Rome much? I've dipped my toes back in a few times, and it seems really fun, actually, the way it currently is. I have not had time. Again, it's like 70-hour work weeks minimum, pretty much, so I don't have time for stuff like that as much. Right, the kids. So the twins... Oh, sorry, that was a misclick. The twins are 4 now. One is charming, intrigue, and diplomacy. The other is pensive, learning and stewardship. Both are decent. We need more space doors in our lives. I'm just so busy. Maybe I'll get back to that Stellaris playthrough one day. I don't know. I'm just too busy. Okay, our money is very high once again. Let's... More pikemen, perhaps? Light footmen? We don't actually have an armored footman brigade, or else I'd invest in that right now. But we're at our men-at-arms limit, so we can't actually make more brigades. We can just increase the ones we have. Pikemen. Raise pikemen a bit. Raise light footmen a bit. Did you know they made Max Infamy 500? Yeah. I know they've done that now. I never got to the old Max Infamy. I think I'm at like 15 Max Infamy. I just didn't bother grinding for it, you know? Alright, still trying to get control in a lot of places. A lot of places have high but not full control. Alright, London, your development is 10. Yeah, you're making progress. Kind of. I think I need to actually start switching to development and county again. There we go. 11 months. Okay, we're working on it. Yeah, neither one's a good doctor. Neither one even had the physician trait on that one. Your sister, Fungus McChungus, died. Damn, 16 stress. Have you seen the CK3 ruler designer yet? You can make a decent man bar in it? I haven't seen it yet, but it sounds cool. Zarya says, can I see my stats? Yeah, sure, why not? It's basically nothing. You're a 5-year-old. Doesn't really say much yet. You've got passable stats for a 5-year-old. I'll give you that. Okay, we can get one more upgrade there. Get some wall upgrades going. We almost have all of our personal land as upgraded as it can be for our tech level, which is pretty cool. Tower of London? No, we do not have the tech for that. We were just talking about that, actually. Wiltshire. That is... in Salisbury? Yes. No? Yes. Yes, that cannot be upgraded more. That is fully upgraded now. Okay, we have 4 of our 7 counties fully upgraded for our tech level. 16 stress for our sister's death. Wasn't our first wife's death only 4 stress? Yes. And I'll remind you, learning that we got $100 more than we thought we would through peasant tax made us lose 50 stress. Or is it like 46? Are you going to check the Holy War? Oh, sorry, I forgot. Yeah, we'll check that in a moment here. Zell's proselytizer, yes. Faith in county. We may as well start converting while we have that bonus. Oh, looks like some places already converted. Nice. This is the last one, then. Yeah, this looks like it's the last one. Start converting it, then. 6 years. That's not bad, actually, for a conversion. We've got some good bonuses towards it. You're my favorite YouTuber. Thank you. I'm happy that you've had fun with the channel. Okay. This Holy War down here. How's this going? It's pretty neutral. -2 war score, which means it's pretty 50-50. Scotland actually has way less troops than my vassals do in this war. Can I butt in on this war? I cannot. I would quite like to join it. I wouldn't mind joining it just to help them get that last little push. I have a lot of troops here. I could easily finish off that last little bit for them. It's under diplomacy. I was just looking at diplomacy, though. I was just looking at our diplomacy thing here. Offer to join a war. It's blanked out. They are not fighting a peasant faction. Okay. Apparently it has to be a peasant faction for me to join in. Maybe there's a tech that would allow us to join in an ongoing holy war of our vassal. I can designate a guardian. Here we go. What are you good at? Diplomacy and intrigue. You'd be better on diplomacy, though. Do we have anyone who could teach you? Not really. We've got some intrigue people, though. Do we really have no one to teach you diplomacy? We have one person who's passable at it. I'd rather you get an intrigue education then, just because it's of higher quality. There you go. There we go. Oh, our sister died. Another sister. Gaia Lancer died. 8 stress. Apparently we didn't have a very high opinion of her. We're winning our war that we never raised troops for, by the way. Oh, your culture has joined early medieval era. New innovations available. Hell yes. Okay. First of all, we can recruit Huscarls as men-at-arms if we get this. That's interesting. That's one of the cultural and regional ones that we can do. Cool. Huscarls are good. They are heavy infantry, which is pretty cool. We don't have any. As for the techs we want to rush for, I kind of want to go... If I remember right, hereditary rule, we can't actually get a cleaner inheritance law until we have higher crown authority. I believe it's called. Yeah, crown authority. We need high crown authority. So we'll want to get that thing first. High crown authority is gated behind royal prerogative, which is this. 374 years. If I focus it, it's 19 years, which is not horrible for a strong tech. Okay. Let me, sorry, just tighten that up a little. Move it. Okay. I just want to take a second here and look at a lot of these things, because we have a lot of new techs open to us right now. And there's hard decisions. Tower of London, Tower of London. Guys, we can't make the Tower of London just because we're in this thing. We need the actual tech for it, remember? See? Requires battlements innovation, which we do not have. Battlements is this one right here, which would take 19 years to do and is simply not our highest priority thing. It's good. It's fortification buildings. Unlocks fortification right, feudal contact, yeah, men-at-arms maintenance down. Those are good things, but we have way more important things, like realm stability. The most important thing is high crown authority, followed by having single inheritance law. As soon as we have single inheritance law, we can conquer like you wouldn't believe. Single inheritor, it late game. I wouldn't exactly say late game. We are still very early game. Yeah, we don't want hereditary rule yet, guys, because I was just explaining this, but hereditary rule gives you single inheritor laws, but you cannot enact them unless you already have high crown authority or higher. To get high crown authority, you need this. That is what I was just saying. So we're going to get this first, then we're going to go hereditary rule. After that, we could potentially go communal government, depending on how high up our development already is. We don't want to be capped at 20 for a bunch of years, but we might not even be at 20 by the time we have these two techs done. It's hard to say. So although there's a lot of good choices here, feels like there's only one great choice. You know what I mean? We want this, then we might want coinage, then we might want communal government. It's hard to say. You generally want things that give you tech progress early, so that you get more techs done earlier, because there's a time limit in the game, as there is basically any strategy game. And so the earlier you get the bonus, and you get the income, the more you're going to accumulate over the course of the game, you know? It's why early game bonuses in a strategy game are more important than late game bonuses, because in late game bonuses, you will have accumulated less of the advantage over the course of the game. Also, early game advantages lead to an early strong start. A strong start leads to a strong everything else. Hence why in civilization games, the strongest civs are usually the ones who can benefit the most in early game. I hope that was useful to somebody. Buckingham. More wall upgrades. It's not that expensive for us to do anymore, and it's very valuable. We're almost at development in London. What are we going to go up to here? Is it just going to jump to 11? The monthly growth is 4.3 out of 100. There we go. We got up to 11. Levies up, tax up, supply increase. It's good. And now the neighboring places will start to develop based on it. Yep. They're getting dragged up to the development of London. So as long as London keeps developing, things will slowly start to develop out from there. You know, it'll spread. Who needs realm stability when you have a nice tower? That is true. A nice tower is pretty to look at. I think you overvalue development. I disagree. I think development is very important. It's tech. You always focus on science early in games that have science. Well, I say always. Not every game is science all that important. However, there's a reason why in EU4 monarch points are the most important resource. And it is because it's your tech rate. Having a tech lead is a massive advantage. You can defeat a much larger opponent. Know thyself close to the end. Okay, I will be dead within a year. First of all, it is time to immediately raise the personal men-at-arms count so that the factions are less likely to trigger. Can we afford to do all of them? We can. We have all 5 men-at-arms fully maxed out in size, and they are growing up to that now. We are getting the strongest deterrence we can. God, I wish we had a better marshal.